Well, we're up doing a roof inspection for a roof leak here. And this goes and gets chalked up to, more likely, bad quality of install and choice of materials. So right inside this window right down here, just off of the window, about right here and up a couple feet, is a roof leak. So it's going to put it right about in the area of this hip. So first off, I noticed something, and it's way too flat for shingles. It's a 1.512. So for those that don't know, we're going to kind of get into the little basics of the pitch here. And if you look, we'll look between this section and that section. This is actually considered a low slope. Low slope meaning it's too low for traditional shingles. If you look at this profile here, hopefully you can kind of see there, the pitch of the roof, we're going to talk about that. You know what? I don't have a tape measure. Let me go around to the truck real quick. We'll grab a tape measure so this will make better sense to you here real fast. I didn't think about grabbing that. Let's run out real quick. To give you a visual here what I'm talking about, because I can use the roof section just above to give you a really good visual explanation of what I'm talking about pitch. So the history on the roof, what I know after talking to the homeowner, they'd been here 2 years and the roof was put on before that, so I know it's at least 2 years, maybe a little bit older. One layer looks to be no hangover, no starter. It's a roll starter membrane. And we're going to check some various things, knowing the age of the roof. So first off, pitch. If you look right here at this point, when somebody says like a 212, 412, 612, 812, so on, typically increments of 2, but not always, what they're meaning, so in this case, probably about an 812. Let me get my phone and show you with the pitch gauge app here. Pulling up my app here. It is a advertisement now. So this is a free app. It's called Pitch Gauge. Continue to app. Bring up the camera. So it uses your phone sensors and it changes based on the pitch of the roof. So if you put this up here, you see this is about a 812. So what is 812? By the way, let's just snap a picture of that while I got it. And this one, we're going to lay it on the roof, and it's going to be a 1.612 pitch. Okay, snap that. Way too flat for shingles. This is considered steep slope, and there's like steep pitch and then lower slope of steep slope. This is considered low slope. Now what I mean by that, if you measure 12 inches in off the edge of this right here, try to put this flat and level, right there's 12. Now if you go from that point to the roof on this side right here, try to go vertical, right where that tape measure touches the roof to about where my finger is. It's a very imperfect setup. It's 8, right? So I said 812. So for every 12 inches in, you go 8 inches up. If you had a level here and you bring a level out and you measure 12 inches, it should be 8 inches up. That is a 812. 8-inch rise for 12 inches in. Now on this one, if you measure 12 inches in from this point to here, make sure I got the camera down on it, right? Follow me here. 12 inches in, you would have a 1.5 inch rise. Now, on a pitch roof, you need enough of a slope for the water to run down. If it doesn't, what will happen here, and can happen, everywhere where two shingles come together, water gets in this and it needs the headlap of the shingle under it here to keep it dry. The lower the slope, the water runs laterally. Now, where you have two that come together, it can seep in here over time and work its way out, getting into nails and getting into the next crack. This crack here goes up all the way. The headlap of this side keeps this one dry, but if it seeps in and runs laterally over, in the right conditions, it can get in here. It's not going to happen every time. It's the conditions. Long rains, prolonged periods, soaking in over time, it can do that. Now, what we're looking for is the keyway pattern, making sure they're offset far enough, making sure the nails are in the area. Pretty much every manufacturer that I am aware of will not honor a warranty with shingles like this on a low slope like this. They require mostly a 412 pitch and up. They will go down to sometimes a 312, maybe some to possibly a 212, but like 312, they require ice and water on the entire surface. I don't see ice and water. But now what we're looking for here to see and try to find the roof leak, try to set the camera down here. So this is a technique that I try to use when looking for a roof leak. If you can split the shingle or without doing damage, take a flat bar and get it into the shingle here and try to lift up on this without splitting the row of shingles, the seal strip. You can see it flex up a little bit, and it typically pivots a fulcrum about right here. Not always, but there is where a nail is. The nail in this shingle is pinning it down. This shingle is stuck to it, right? And it lifts up and it pivots. By the way, I just happened to see something. If you look right here, there is obviously a keyway here where two shingles come together, factory edge. And if you look close, there's another one right there. There's probably a nail right under that. And that's right in the general spot of the leak. Now if we pull this up, what do you know? There's a nail right there. And a little bit of, I mean, it's not a bad looking nail. Over time that will rust out and you have a hole in the roof. So if you rust that nail out, expansion and contraction, movement, it's going to get loose, water's going to drip in there. This is bad. Bad choice of material for this section to start. It all comes down to the contractor knowing what's supposed to be done, what's going to be honored, what's not going to be. This is a bad choice. Whether they knew it or not, it should never have been used here. Let's see if there's anything else. The other thing is these more than likely were cut. Sometimes if somebody is taking a precaution, say it's a 312, they ice and water it, they might bring the shingles up to the hip on this side. If they root it first and cut them there, bring this side just slightly over it and cut them on that side. If anything did work under, it's going to flow over or have a higher hump. What could easily be happen if you got a buckle in the wood, let me just look around, there's a little buckle in the wood right down here. There's a buckle right up here. So if you have a spot that's raised up a little bit, water hits that and it works over laterally a lot easier. So it could be coming into any of these. Let's just check a few more. This is already loose, so we can kind of get in here and look. You don't have to split them. That was not bad. Let me look around and just see if I can find another one to show you. All right, so here's another one that's sealed down. Let's see if I can show you so you can identify leaks as a homeowner, possibly. Let me set the camera on this side so my hands aren't blocking the view. And is it going to be in view? I don't have anyone here. Yes, okay. So getting this stuck just under the shingle and pick up. Do you see how it raises? Hopefully the camera's getting that. It looks like there's a nail clear over here and about right there. That's fine, other than it being way too flat. Let's work our way down a little bit more here, see if we see any more. This one is pinned. If you look here on this one, it's not flexing up much. It looks like there's probably a nail right there. And this one popped free. It looks like there's a nail probably about here. So let's just explore this a little and see if I can show you here. I will reseal these, but I want to show you the truth behind that. There's the nail right there. Hopefully you can see it in the camera. Just above my finger right there. So, easy way to validate. You don't have to split the shingles. You can just try to lift, get a flat, straight, rigid edge in there and try to lift and see. If it looks pinned, that's probably the issue. If it's old, my experience is about 5-7 years to about 10 to 12 years is the sweet spot when those nails start rusting off. You get expansion and contraction due to the temperatures, the cycles, the seasons, and that's where the water comes in. Let's see if we can see anything else. Now, is there a fix? The only good true fix for this, tear it all down, use a low slope roof system. So it could be an EPDM, a TPO, a roll roofing, modified, something like that. Not shingles. Can this get by? Yes. Really the cheapest, simplest thing to do if you got nails in those areas like this is to seal it, and it's just kind of a band-aid. It'll buy you time, but it's not going to solve the problem. I happen to see something right here too, so let's look at this. This is not good. If you can see here, I'll give you a quick minute to ID it, to identify it, and I'll start pointing out. You see right here, two shingles come together. Right here, two shingles come together, and what's this right above it? This is not good. The only thing that this has going for it is there's very little rain runoff above it. If anything hits this hip that way, goes that way. Anything hits this hip, comes this way. From here up over to the right, it's typically going to run down. Right here, what rain hits this can easily work in right here. Now I'll unpack this and show you what's going on here. Water gets in this one we just talked about. And you see another one right here, two of them together. So the problem is any water that gets in here can easily get right under this shingle here and under that one. And if you look close under the flat bar, hopefully you can see it in there. Try to get you a little bit lower down in here. Take the camera off for that one. So this one's up, and this one right here, if you can get in there, see that? That's paper under there. That's an area where water could easily be getting in. This would be really bad if it was higher, more rain runoff. All right, where are we on time here? We're at 10 minutes. We're starting to go long, so don't be tempted if you're a homeowner using a contractor. You got a section that's low like this, be absolutely certain what your contractor's writing and proposing in the actual written estimate. Don't just have them say new roof and a good attractive price. You're going to have other things. There's a lot of other stuff I already see on this that I'm not even going to get into because it's going long. We're just going to do a quick inspection of what the actual issue is going to be here and keep it focused to the leak. I mean, there's stuff like step flashing on top of asbestos siding that's not done anything. It's just kind of caulked. There's broken pieces water could penetrate in. It is a southwest facing slope here. Rain bombards this on this area because the rain blow this direction. It could easily get in right here in this gable, seeping in. We have a box vent in the area that's all caulked up due to water movement laterally. It's a hump here. You don't have it tucked under far enough. You don't have this one going over far enough. You got water that's hitting here and stagnant because a high spot's probably running in off this hip right here. There's a hump right here. Try to set you down this way so you can see this one. Right here is a raised up board probably, whether it's 1x or plywood, I'm not sure. My guess it's probably 1x because there's less than 4 foot below it. Usually it's 4 foot increments from the bottom or from the top. So here's an area of shingle, here's an area, shingle drip. Water could get in here, seep. Want to come down naturally due to gravity, but hits a high spot because it's such a low slope. Runs laterally right into this keyway. Looked around before getting the camera out. There's nails in the wrong spots all over. The only thing I can recommend here is just put dabs of sealer. Any of the nails I see, keep an eye on it or tear it off, which is going to be costly. So hopefully you learned something from this. If you're a contractor, new, trying to identify leaks, a homeowner trying to find your own leak, if you find it, you can seal it. It's going to buy you some time. It's not a permanent fix. Probably get a few years out of it. Just going to have to fight it. Problem is here, if you find it and solve it, it's probably going to pop up in other spots because there's nails in the wrong spot. Hopefully you learned something. Until next time, see you then.